Hey guys, we're Sister Couch Critics.
And if you love getting pulled into a good show,
You're in the right place.
today we're giving you a quick get to know us and what we watch.
I'm Christina,
And I'm Chelsea.
and we're story lovers.
We don't just watch shows
We get fully invested. Our dynamic is actually kind of perfect.
because we watch things completely differently.
I'm the Easter egg hunter. I love looking for clues and seeing the smallest object in the background because it might mean something, and I love when the story kind of grows from those little Easter eggs over a long period of time.
And you'll remember it episodes later. Oh, yeah, that's when we saw,
Yeah,
3 episodes ago.
I
It's
love
great.
that.
Yeah.
Live for it.
I'm definitely the romantic. I'm a huge shipper. So if there's a couple to love or a relationship to root for, even friendships, sisters, parent
Yeah.
daughter relationships, I love them. I'm here for the relationships.
Especially the sisters.
Yeah.
We don't stick to just one type of show.
No, we're all over the place.
From drama, reality TV.
Early 2000s throwbacks, comedy,
If it has a good story,
we're watching it.
if it's streaming, we've probably tried it.
Yeah, we're not loyal to a specific platform. We're loyal to good shows. If it's worth watching, we'll watch it.
Okay, let's do some rapid fire. I have a couple questions here to help everyone get to know us better.
Okay, no overthinking, just first show that comes to mind and why.
Cool. Okay, first question. Favorite show of all time?
So I already know we have the same answer for
Yeah.
this one. We've rewatched it multiple times. I would be
Mhm.
shocked if it's not the same answer. The 100.
Yeah, absolutely. The 100.
Yeah.
All time.
This show ran for 7 seasons on the CW. Its main character is Clark Griffin. She's sent down. They live in a spaceship 100 years in the future after a nuclear apocalypse, and her and 100 prisoners are sent to the ground to see if it's survivable.
And what I love about this show is that it's so much more than the environment. It's really about the character growth, the decisions that they have to make as young leaders.
Yeah, and also the show runs for 7 seasons, and I think when shows run that long, they can kind of get boring or stale or repetitive. The 100 doesn't do that.
No.
It reinvents itself over and over again. So every season feels like the same show, but it's not. It's they grow, they go into totally new avenues. It's not boring. It's an interesting
Yeah.
one.
Absolutely. And they have some of the best characters, like Lexa, one of my all time favorites.
Yeah, and for me, it's Clark. I mean, she's the main protagonist. She is not the perfect hero. A lot of times some shows will try to protect their main character. They won't make the bad decisions or the mistakes. Not Clark Griffin. She's making the wrong choices. She's suffering the consequences. She's learning from those choices. There's a lot of character growth that goes into it, and you really see how her decisions affect the relationships around her with her mother, her friends. It's just they take the time to look into that, and I love that.
Yeah. It, favorite show of all time, but I will say I do have thoughts on the ending that maybe we'll get into on another video.
Yes, it's like favorite show of all time minus the last 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Like, it was so close.
Yeah, so close. Most overrated show.
I think we're gonna have the same one again. And I also think it's gonna probably bother some people or ruffle some feathers.
Mhm.
This is a very popular show. Stranger Things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And granted, we only started watching it probably about 2 to 3 months before the final season second half played. So there was a lot of expectations and a lot of people were hyping it up at that time. I don't know if that kind of impacted our experience watching it.
Yeah. And this is one that on paper we should love.
Yeah.
It's got so much mystery and intrigue and a lot of that sci-fi element
Yeah.
that you would just find fascinating. It's the kind of shows that we really love. I'm not sure what exactly misses. I wonder if maybe it suffers from the short seasons
Yeah.
and the large breaks between seasons, that they don't have as much time to develop those relationships, or at least I didn't see it on a binge watch.
Yeah, and I feel like the villain wasn't as it didn't have as much depth as other
It
shows.
was very, this is the bad guy and he's all bad.
Yeah, yeah.
But we tried, and I mean, it did pick up. The last season was,
Yeah, the last season was great.
action packed and just kept going and going, but it just didn't. It took a while to get me.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, it took years to get me, but even once we started watching, it wasn't grabbing me.
Same.
Yeah, I know that's a very popular one.
Yeah.
But just wasn't for me.
Okay. Guilty pleasure.
I don't really have one. Honestly, I'm proud of all my shows, and I love talking about them to anyone who asks, and sometimes when they don't.
So I have one. Sister Wives.
Yeah.
It's it's been running for I think 21 seasons. I've seen them all. It's just such a fascinating look at a different way of living. And they have grown so much from what the original premise was, which is just following a polygamous family in Utah, to now going through all the divorces from that same polygamous family.
It caught my eye in the news as that started coming out.
Yeah.
As someone who didn't watch it, when I'm walking past the living room, if I see it on, you do stop and you're just like, this is so different than what I know or
Yeah.
what I've seen in the relationships around me in my life. So it is intriguing. I don't know if I'd have 21 seasons in me.
Yeah. You never know. Give it a try.
Yeah, but that's an interesting one for sure.
Yeah. A show you'll defend forever.
So I think for me, this is also on one of my lists of favorite shows forever. It's The Walking Dead, the original, ran for 10 plus seasons.
Yeah.
Has so many fans, but I think as time has passed, there's been a little bit of, people forgetting just how good it was. And so you often hear, the later seasons were repetitive, or, the walkers are too slow. And I just think that people are forgetting what those first seasons were like. If I could pick a show that if I, woke up with no memory, I would be excited to rewatch, this is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I really think it stands the test of time. The imagery is iconic. Yes, it has its slow parts, or, some storylines they could have done quicker, like the Negan storyline, but I think it's worth the watch. I think people that refuse to watch it, just give it a try. Give it a try.
You're missing out.
Yeah.
For me, the show I'll defend forever is How I Met Your Mother. That's an epic show, short comedy. I would dare say one of the best comedies of our time. But it gets so much hate because of the ending. And as somebody who's watched it from, when it was airing week to week to doing a rewatch, I actually stand by the ending. 100%.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Absolutely.
I think part of TV show watching is you just kind of have to get comfortable with the idea that the ending might not be great, but the ride was worth it.
Yeah. But I still believe in the ending for this one. If you know the characters, it makes sense. Without giving the spoilers, it makes sense who the mother was.
Okay, we might have to go into that deeper.
Yeah. Okay, this is a good one. Best TV plot twist.
Oh, this is a good one. And honestly, every TV show probably has at least one plot twist that's really good. But the one that comes to mind for me is The Good Place.
Oh, yeah.
It's, I think, like 30-minute episodes. The Good Place ran for 7 seasons. That season 1 plot twist, which if you've seen it, you know what it is, changes the show on a dime. You think it's comedy, you think it's lighthearted. The Good Place has so much depth to it. And that plot twist really is, a huge part of it, and really kind of that signal to you that this isn't the show you think you're watching. And it isn't. As you get seasons in, they're having moral discussions on what it means to be a good person, action versus inaction, and, what your intent behind decisions means. All wrapped up in comedy, and a really funny show that makes you cry. It's great.
I would second that. I have to call out, it is a 2-season show, and normally I'd like to reserve the plot twist for a longer show, but Wayward Pines. That show, up until I want to say episode 4 or 5, I had no idea what direction it was going in. And when it did, it blew my mind. Still one of my favorite shows of all time.
And I haven't seen
I know.
it.
You're missing out. Character you love to hate. I actually don't have one.
I do. So this show just finished recently, like the last couple months. Tell Me Lies.
Okay.
The main character, the main guy in it, Stephen DeMarco.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about this. Yeah.
This is, I mean, it follows Lucy as she goes to college and gets in one of the most toxic relationships that you can imagine. You just love to hate this guy.
Yeah.
He is manipulative, he's calculated, and at no point do you root for him. You hate him. But in a way, you love to hate him because there is no show without him.
Yeah.
And he's not the only character that makes mistakes. They all do. But he just has like a little something to it. His evil is just a little too calculated, and it's just entertaining, start to finish.
That's fair. What are we binging right now?
Funny enough, not really anything.
Yeah.
I think most of our shows are kind of wrapping up. They're finishing off their seasons. We don't really have anything new right now.
No, but we are looking for something new. So share your recommendations and comment below because I would love a new show to dig into.
Especially if it has, multiple seasons that we can start, but is still actively running would be great as well. We love a week to week. So let us know. We might watch it next.
So if you're watching this and wondering what we actually do here, here's what you can expect. Honest reviews, episode recaps, and recommendations.
Some hot takes about the TV shows we're watching. And of course, sister talk, which probably includes at least a little bit of arguing.
Yeah.
I think that's to be expected.
Absolutely. If you love getting invested in shows like we do, you're going to fit right in here.
We're posting new videos every week.
And trust us, when we start talking about a show, we don't stop.
So subscribe and join the Couch Crew. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.